situation. The political reality in Sierra Leone is that most people are ingrained or actually born into the two political parties, the two major ones, the APC and the SLPP. Now, you just started your campaign barely 6 months before the election. How do you think you are going to be able to change the mindsets of Sierra Leoneans?
The premise, first of all, is wrong. I had a movement in this country since 2013. Kande Yumkela movement, KKY movement global, in this country. It had structures across the country. I have been back in this country over 2 years. So I'm not starting my presidential bid now, remember. So I like it when people underestimate.
You just declared the other day.
No, what I'm saying to you is people knew. I didn't hide it. Before coming here, I already did a town hall in London in July 2015, saying I'm stepping down from the United Nations and I'm going back to my country to see how I help bring development there. So everybody knew, and I've been interviewed ad infinitum, but I've taken my message around the country. But let me address your central thesis that people are stuck to their parties. Well, I've already demonstrated to the nation that you don't have to stick to tradition if it keeps you in the bondage of poverty and ignorance for too long. So I know it's resonating with the kids, and you hear them around the country. Change must come. People should not underestimate that. We still have 650,000 new voters in this country. We have 1.8 million young voters between 18 and 35. We'll test that hypothesis of yours, that people are stuck. These young kids are not stuck. They want to be more educated. They want to have jobs when they leave school. They don't want to rely on party cards to get jobs. They want professionalism. They look at people like me and others. They say, whoa, these are role models. We want to be like them, even better than them. That's the alternative we offer, for them not to accept the status quo, whether it's tradition in a party or accepting corruption and poverty as their destiny. Nobody is born to be poor.
It has been said time and time again by various political analysts that when it does come to the voting time, it's one thing to get a crowd out to a stadium, it's another thing to get them to vote for you. And it is predominantly vote red or green. Do you honestly think you stand a chance?
More than honestly think, I am convinced and I'm passionate and will get the votes. We are not relying on rallies. They will see a campaigning style. I can't reveal my tactics here. And that's the beauty of what I'm doing. And that's what I'm used to doing. When I took up the energy agenda of the world, it's one of the most politically sensitive topics in global negotiations. But I tackled it 10 years, dedicated time, good narrative, good analysis, and I pulled it off. It's the same here. Those who think the voters are stuck, let them go home and rest. Then they leave the platform to us. All I ask, give us freedom. No intimidation. Let us take our message village by village, street by street. Let's see. So for me, that's the beauty. I am ready to challenge the orthodoxy. I am ready to show the kids of this country, the young men and women who need a better future, that yes, you can be part of that change. Let us not accept poverty and the bondage of corruption as our destiny. You can change it, join me. So we will see. Okay, I'll be happy to sit with you in March and say, whoa,
I'd be happy to
I am the new president of the Republic.
You seem quite confident.
Very much
Let's
so.
talk about this race that you're getting yourself into. Presidential campaigns are the most expensive. Anywhere you go in the world, it requires a lot of monies. It seems that you put your monies together. Sierra Leoneans would like to know how you got your finances together.
Well, we're asking people to help. I'm using personal resources as well. Some friends are helping, to support. People are contributing T-shirts. Some would give us airtime as well. So it's a people revolution. Obama did not have money. He relied on movements. That's why we were smart enough. We created a movement 5 years ago. So yes, every now and again I call up diaspora folks, and suddenly they put together, they send $10,000, or they send materials, they send printers, computers. So we rely, that's why it's a people's movement. That's what is new here. And I'm happy.
Is the secret to your success? The fact that you're pulling in various people to be a part of it?
Yes, that's why we're a coalition of progressives. People think the coalition only has to be a coalition of parties. If you check again, I'm a very consistent person. I did a speech at Howard University almost 6 years ago, and I started talking that Sierra Leone needs a coalition of progressives. Progressives are in APC, they're in SLPP. Progressives are young men and women who are just ambitious for a better nation. They're dreaming of being like Ghana or Kenya. You understand what I'm saying? So we're trying to rally those, and I tell you they're coming from every nook and cranny. And I have said to people, they say, well, why APC? I said, there are people in APC that I know who had ambitions for the nation, but they feel they've not been able to fulfill it. The enabling conditions were not there. The governance style was not what they expected. There are people in SLPP similarly, and other parties. Eventually, we'll have strategic alliances with other parties, you know, based on a value addition principle. But I'm telling you here that yes, part of our success is that we have an open platform. It's the rainbow party. Everybody comes in.
Are you
yeah?
shopping around for other political parties? Which political parties are these that you're going
Several
to
of them are approaching me. Several of them are approaching me, and we're in good conversations. Some of them, the conversation has been on for some time. But I've seen, yes, an increase in interest. But again, as I say, a discussion based on value addition. Remember, I was in industrialization. I'm used to value addition along a value chain. So yes, we want to collaborate with you, but what do you bring to the table? What's your support base? Yeah? What's your message? What's your philosophy? It's not just for the sake of lumping together parties, no. But we know we have a robust engine. If we have to go alone, we're ready. We're ready.
All right. The Citizens Manifesto is demanding that all presidential aspirants declare their assets publicly. Are you going to do it?
I believe it's a good proposition. I'll do it if everybody signs off that we all do it together.
When are you going to do it? Does
Well,
it depend on other signs?
It depends, because